Hey guys, it's Kang,
And I'm the Boimler.
and this is Deck Check. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a few cards that, in our opinion, really hold Universus back competitively. These are cards that are like very exploitative and like limit deck variety, and these are cards that shape the meta around a very small group of extremely dominant decks. Today we are going to go through each and every one of them and explain why they're an issue, along with offering a direct fix to the problematic card. The first card we're going to look at today is going to be Nine Titans. While this card hasn't seen much competitive play besides one or two decks that revolve around backups, despite it being on the infinite symbol, in decks like Hanji, or specifically Hanji 1, sorry, it does way too much. For one, the 4 difficulty cost is completely ignored because you get to start the game with one already built before the game even starts. In addition to that, it is extremely efficient to build with cards like Beast Titan's Rock Barrage, and since the 9 times throughout the ages isn't a unique backup, you get the perks of having a offensive and defensive backup with no trade-offs. In addition to that, Hanji can even build it from the discard pile, which most decks that are playing this card can't really abuse as much as Hanji can. The only other example I can think of that can abuse this is probably Zeke Jaeger. This results in a deck that has so much damage resistance via this backup, along with other backups and foundations, that it really doesn't need to block attacks. In addition to that, this card can also double the speed and damage of any of your attacks, which can result in what can feel like very unfair attacks just coming your way just like in the snap of a finger. One example of this would be if you have 7 backups out and then you send a Titan pile, Blitz, get a million damage, first E, double the damage, and then you has your E, your next E, dramatic entrance for a million speed. Now that's like a 20-40 and they can't block it. One thing that we would do to change this card to make it more balanced and fair for other players is to make the backup unique. Therefore, if you build it starting or build it with Rock Barrage, because of the new unique ruling, if the backup is left at 1 health, you need to, it's kind of stuck there. So the second you build this card, you'd have to make a big commitment saying, do I want to use the top enhance 2 times, resulting in 6 health, or the bottom response 3 times, resulting in 6 health? Because if you choose the top and bottom, your 9 times will be stuck at 1 health, meaning since the new, because of the new unique ruling, it's stuck on board forever for no value.
Next up is going to be Massive Mutant Machine. So this card has a lot of problems coming with it, and I know that as soon as it was revealed, everyone had a bunch of ideas on what this card is going to do and how it's going to impact the format. So, first off, it is a 7 difficulty card with no block modifier, and it has an enhance that says you just commit it, and its deck gets 5 speed and 5 damage. It's also an asset. The reason why we think this card should either become unique or get banned straight up is because the action equipment heist can build it from the deck for free once you get 3 attacks in the card pool. Characters like Devil Jin and Hawks can easily do this in order to get the Massive Mutant Machine in their stage, stack 4 of them, and be able to send a giant attack constantly. It's really easy to just cheat out the 7 difficulty on the card, even though it seems like it's like, oh, it's balanced because the 7 difficulty like makes it harder to play. No, the whole reason you're gonna play this card is so you use equipment heist to just build it in for free. It pairs well with almost anything you want to put it in, so long as you can cheat the check by building it from equipment heist. And like with the little niche effect, it has deflect 3, so it isn't just like an empty card in your hand. If you do draw it, you can still use deflect, you just can't block with it. This card is kind of a problem for the format. Characters like Pumat Soul can just build it from hand. You have equipment heist that can just build it from the deck or discard pile. We've thought about the changes we would make. We thought about hitting like equipment heist with something that says like Superfly Enhance only, but equipment heist really isn't the problem. It's more of this card specifically. Equipment heist is kind of fun to have in any deck. It can really change up a game, but keep the game a little bit balanced. This card is a card that's a problem. Our change would ultimately be to make it unique or to just straight up ban it.
Alright, the next card on our list is going to be Godzilla. Um, Godzilla has been dominating the meta for the last forever, and the reason is extremely obvious. He has a humongous health pool, sitting at 34 health while being a 6-hander. He has a static that says all your attacks with +5 difficulty get 3 damage. You can spend 1 momentum, which is extremely easy to get because he's on Chaos, to cheat your checks and get +2 to your next check to block or attack. And his first form is a straight board wipe. Like, this character does everything. He's been gatekeeping the format forever now, and it wasn't that bad at first. It was bad, but it wasn't this bad. But now, in this current game state, it really does feel that like that. Like, every deck that comes out now has to ask the question, like, can it stand to Godzilla? And if it can't stand to Godzilla, the deck probably will get overshadowed and won't last. The fix to make Godzilla, in our opinion, a little bit more balanced without neutering his character identity is to make his enhance a once per turn. Therefore, he doesn't get the +2 of City Rampage and then +2 to all his checks. So then he has to use City Rampage to string while using his enhance to send the final attack, which would be on a very high difficulty. This would be good on offensive, so he can't string you for near infinite, and this would be very good for defensive, so it doesn't feel like he can use his momentum to block every single one of your attacks. That's just our 2 cents on it. Godzilla's been a problem. He is bound to get better with Guilty Gear, and that's just how we would fix his character without breaking him fundamentally.
Next is going to be teaming with the Attack Titan. A very interesting card that can be changed in many ways, but we ultimately think this card should be straight up banned. So, this card, it's pretty simple. It says, a passive text, this attack gets -2 difficulty for each other attack in your card pool to a minimum of 1. And then it has a blitz that says if you have 20 or more cards in your discard pile, you can change the zone of this attack. So, just on the surface, it doesn't seem super crazy, but we have a lot of characters in the format that can really just cheat this out. One that immediately will come to mind is Porco Galliard, the Jaw Titan. Porco once you get 2 of these things in the card pool with Porco, you can potentially just keep on playing it over and over and over again, enabling him to just kill the opponent immediately. We just recently had a championship, and I played Porco, and that happened just frequently. I just 1-turn kill, and this was the reason why that happened. This card also is insanely good in practically any fire deck you want to put it into, especially things like Devil Jin. Devil Jin adds cards to the card pool, and then if you play this card from your hand, it's basically just a 1 difficulty attack that he can buff up like crazy to just do kill. You just kill the opponent with like tons of damage. I've heard a lot of people complain about this card. Some people don't think it deserves to be banned. But ultimately, I've heard from a lot of people at the last Atlanta Regional say that this card needs to be banned. If it is, it would just heal the format and help the format a little bit, just get better with preventing OTK decks from overshadowing everything else. Honestly, I like the card, in my opinion, but I can see where everyone comes from when they want this card banned, just because it's pretty crazy when you put it into play.
We think that, like, if these changes went through, the meta would not only open up, but it would be more healthy. 9 Titans would reward decision making instead of just being abused by Rock Barrage in backup decks. A Massive Mutant Machine would stay relevant by giving +5/+5 without the infinite, like, +20/+20 if you build 4 of them efficiently. Godzilla would still be pretty powerful and honestly dominant, but it wouldn't feel as oppressive to fight due to the check cheating. And I mean, me and Nolan were talking about it with some of our teammates. We just think that banning teaming would just, like, fix the meta and make games where that card is in play feel more, like, not so one-sided and not interactive. And as a result of all of these changes, the game would just be healthier, the format will be more fresh and more balanced.
And yeah, that's pretty much it for our takes on the problematic children of Universus currently. This is in the month of October 2025. But thank you all for listening and watching the video until the end. Please take some time to scan the QR code and look at our sponsors. Follow their Instagram. And yeah, leave a comment on what you think a card we missed, or maybe a change you would do instead of us. Yeah, please subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.